Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is ThaWidow, and I am naturally geeky for ThaWidow.
This is your girl, Miss Nada.
And today we got another Attack on Titan review. We're going to dive in. It's been 2 weeks, so we're really excited about this episode. Again, it's going to be Season 4, Episode 5, also known as Chapter 64, and that is Declaration of War.
Yes, ma'am.
So what was your initial thoughts, Nada?
Let me see. So I got my cap peeled. I got my sheet pushed in. Let me see. I got wrecked. Let me see. How many other ways do I need to say it?
I know. I feel you.
Yeah. And I felt like I was on edge the whole episode.
Yep.
Because, we had a 2-week wait. But from the last episode, like, we knew it was going down. And so I sat there and I felt like I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And they lulled me into like this. They lulled me into this quiet because there was so much like talking going on during the episode and not enough action that it almost got me. So when Aaron finally did this thing, I was like, "Oh shit, here we go." So yeah.
Exactly.
That's all I can give you right now because I'm still kind of blown by what I've seen.
Yeah. Same here. Like I was already having so much high expectation and anticipation for this episode. So when it started, I was like, it was kind of like going uphill. It was just like so much tension. It was building and building. I'm like, okay. And then finally, when we got to that last part, it was just like, oh, like we here, we're doing this. So they really laid out this episode, I think, really good. Again, we got left on a cliffhanger, so we're gonna be right back in the same position. But
I feel like it's gonna be like all season where we just get cliffhanger. Like, get my heart can't take it. I mean, I'm gonna still come back. I don't know why I'm saying it, but it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. So let's talk about that opening scene. Like, we left out last episode where they were kind of leading us into where Falco is bringing Rhina all the way down, and we see him open the door, and Rhina's all like, "Whoa, that's Eren." And so it was kind of like, again, like you said, a cliffhanger, but yeah, we got the conversation, we got it, and can I say it was a lot. It was different than I thought it was going to be, but I was really satisfied, kind of with it.
It was more than I think I deserved to have that kind of stuff going on, to be honest with you. It was, and Aaron played it so cool the whole time, which was like what blew my mind. Because he was like, "Hey, Ryan, let me tell you a story. Like, we're going to recap this whole thing. Willie's starting to talk about what's going on with the play and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, why don't we just sit back and listen?" And I felt so bad for Falco because he's stuck in the middle. And he's realizing that he's been used. And Aaron's like, and at this point, Aaron's like totally savage. He's like, no, Falco's like, I'll just leave. He's like, no. I need you to check this out.
Exactly. I was like, oh, okay. Aaron has changed a lot, I think.
A lot. And Reiner is terrified of him because he knows that those chickens are coming home to roost, man. Like, you can't play. Like, I understand they were told a story, which Willie went into great detail about during this episode.
Very great detail.
They were told one story. They believed that to be true. So they, joined the army for this purpose. They go out there and they do their thing. And then to find out that y'all have brought these people back to your home. Like, I don't know. Should they have expected it? Do you think they should have expected it?
Yeah, I feel like they should have. They should have caught on at some point. I feel like they've been led a lie so many times. It's like, you got to catch on at some moment. But I mean, that's just, happens throughout history, even like in real life. So it's just like, and the parallel, how Eren was talking about how they kind of they were in the same exact positions, and I loved how they brought that to the forefront. And Eren wasn't making no excuses. He was just like, we in the same position. We should be, instead of kind of enemies on this different ends of the spectrum, we just got to come together because we both get played. We both got played. We both got played. So yeah. Did you see how his body language was? Reiner was guilty.
Terrified.
like lumped over. Like,
I mean, this man fell out of his chair. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He was like, just go ahead and kill me. Kill me right here. Kill me right now. Like, let's get it over with. And poor Falco's just there. He's like, what is going on? Like, still trying to put it together, trying to figure out how do they know each other, like how far back they go. Then he realized that Aaron probably came over. Well, that Kruger isn't Kruger, and Kruger is Aaron, and that he came over from Paradise Island. Paradise Island. Yeah.
and he realized about the letters. Like, I helped him, and yeah, you. What he said, letters to my comadres, not my family, but my comadres. So you know who he's talking about. Levi.
We got Savage Aaron right now, and Aaron don't care about anybody but the mission. You know what I mean? Like using little kids. Like, I'm gonna get ahead of myself, calm myself down. Okay, all right. Anyway, so once we get past like their tension-filled conversation, it's still ongoing through the whole episode, and it's funny how Willie is telling this story, right, about the history of Marley and the Eldians and all this kind of stuff. So he reiterates everything that we already know, which the Eldians believe anyway, and the Marleyans believe that. Okay, Helos, I think is his name.
Yeah, Helos.
Hero. Mm-hmm. He tricked the two Eldians. The Eldians were battling it out. They were fighting against each other, killing each other. Helos comes in, manipulates them, gets them to finish each other off. He's a hero. And then he's like, but that ain't true though. That ain't the whole story. That ain't everything. So then he introduces a whole another aspect of it with King Fritz.
Oh, yeah, I believe it's Fritz.
And how King Fritz like made this whole that he got together with the Tybers and they made this whole story up to a Marleyan hero. So everything they believed in was a lie. And it's like wrecking everybody out there. So what are your thoughts on that?
I feel like, I mean, are we surprised at this point? All the lies that the people have been doing. Like, are we surprised? I wasn't surprised. I kind of thought that was what he was gonna do in the first place. Kind of like lay everything out and be like, this is what really happened. But I wasn't surprised. And I just feel like, again, why are they surprised with all the manipulation of the past we've seen on both sides, where people have just been changed in the past and nobody is really given the correct information. And I was just blown. Like, they're just eating it up, eating everything up. Like, even the people that you've seen, the African American, well, they're not African American, but the Black people in there too. I was just
everybody out there. They had some little that it might have been like South Asian.
Yeah, South Asian. I want to see my brown skinned people, you know.
And who is this lady and what is her significance? This Azimuto or whatever, Azmabito.
I'm confused because I want to know. I'm intrigued, but I'm just like, well, she's here for something.
But then she leaves, right? It's like she knows what's about to go down. She's like, well, now we'll leave. And they end up leaving before the show is even over with. Her and her escorts or whatever it is. So I feel like, this is now what the second episode we've seen her in. So there's got to be some reason for us to keep seeing her pop up. Because she was in the dinner scene from before when they had like the little gathering. And now she pops up here to wish him well before he goes out and does the play. And then she dips. So, I mean, there's something going on with her. I just can't quite figure it out.
Oh, my God. My mind just got blown, I think. Remember when we talk about later, I'm going to bring this girl up. I'm going to bring her up.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. So, what else? What else about the episode? What else happened this episode? You know what happened. We saw your boy. You saw your boy.
Your boy.
There's your guy. Mr.
Please bring him up.
I'm making an assumption, right? I'm making an assumption that it's our guy Armin. Because everybody's here. The gang's all here, obviously, somewhere. And so my assumption is that this soldier, let me find him. Here we go. And this is him escorting Piek, whatever her name is. And that's Falco's brother. I can't remember his name.
Gilliard?
No, and it's Falco. I can't remember. Whatever. Falco's brother. So he's escorting them, saying, "Hey, somebody wants to meet with y'all." Blah 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 blah. We see this interesting little interchange with her and the other warriors. She's acting very strange, and I can't figure out why.
Yeah, this scene right here, I was very confused on that part. I didn't understand it.
I mean, because those guys ride the car Titan, so she's like, we just got to stay, in good graces with one another. But he's like, I feel like you just put a little more division between it. I don't understand what he means by that, though. Somebody help me out. Somebody in the comment section, please explain this to me. Like, I watched this twice, and I still can't figure out why he made that comment to her after that. But more importantly, I really think that the guard who is escorting him has got to be our boy Armin.
Yeah. And we know Armin is really tall. Armin is one of the tallest out of all of the AOT characters. So
he started out as a runt, and then all of a sudden he's super tall. So I can appreciate that. He started out as a runt. He was the smallest one of all.
Yeah. That's when you said that, it makes sense that could be him. That could definitely be him.
I'm convinced it's him. Either way, he takes, I can't remember his name. Whatever. He takes these two Eldian warriors, tricks them, takes them to some secluded spot, trap door, and then they fall into a well. And they come and they say, whoever it is knows what's going on. They know we can't transform here without killing each other or doing any damage to ourselves. So, they got this thing all planned out, man. This is an inside job. I love it. I'm excited to see what our scouts got to do. Like, I'm ready for the action.
Me too.
I feel like I was like, oh, okay, here it is. And then nothing happened. Oh, okay, here it is. And then nothing happened. And when I finally relaxed, it happened.
Then it went all pop up. Yeah. Yeah. Now you blow my mind. That I think that really is Armin. That is I'm like, I really think that's Armin.
I'm convinced that's him.
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
And I'm trying to bring up his image when he.
Oh, right there, I think.
Well, when he dropped the trap door, because he even turned around and made eye contact with him. Let's see how this goes.
And that would make sense because he already knows that Aaron's here, obviously, and he knows probably the plan, and so he's getting all of them down there in the trap so they can't turn into Titans, and then Aaron's activated. Man,
it's just so much from Willie. He's just talking through this whole.
Yeah, he was saying he was spending a lot.
Just talking through the whole episode, man. And I think we talked about this before we got on camera, but Willie tells a story and he tells the true story. So you're like, okay, Willie's gonna be a good guy. Like, he just wants the truth to come out. And then all of a sudden he says Aaron Yeager is the enemy. Just out of nowhere. Announces that Aaron's the enemy. And that just kind of threw me.
That threw me too, because I was like, okay, Willie's doing what he's supposed to do. He's telling the truth. He's really bringing everything to the forefront, and then he gonna change up talking about Aaron, and I'm like, okay, now you're the threat. You're the one that we have to worry about. Okay, I see it now.
What I figured out with Attack on Titan is that when I think I know something, I know nothing. That's what I get from it.
That is true.
And I enjoy it because it's like a puzzle coming together, right? Every week is another piece to the puzzle. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's why that happened in the last episode. Like right now, my shit's gonna be wrecked for like a week until next episode when I start piecing stuff back together and be like, oh, okay, this is why that happened. Because right now, for the life of me, I can't figure out the exchange between the soldiers. Can't figure out Willie's whole thing, but I mean that's gonna be resolved by the end of the episode. Yeah. Here we go. Here it is. Now watch this. Watch when he turns around. Look at those eyes. Did you see those eyes when he turned around?
Yeah.
Those are Armin's big old baby blues, man.
Those are Armin. That's Armin. That's Armin.
Let me see if I can catch this. Right there. Isn't that Armin's face?
Yep. That's Armin. Look. Yep. That's him.
Man, he had a girl for the last 4 years, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He went from being the smallest of the pack to being this lanky giant.
Baby body and baby face, and he grown. Wow.
Yeah. So Willie does this whole thing where he says, we need to. So he goes to this whole thing about how King Fritz wanted peace, right? So he took as many elders as he could to Paradise Island, built up this wall of titans around them to protect them, right? So he's this benevolent guy, and then he's just saying he was trying to protect those people. But then by the end of it, he goes back around and says, we need to go and wage war on Paradise Island.
Yeah,
that's confused. He keeps going back and forth.
I was really confused when he made that remark because I didn't understand it because he contradicted himself a couple of times within that conversation. Like, how are you telling him that? But again, that's what manipulation. You got to keep it spinning. But how are you going to put somebody in the and then it just didn't make no sense that you're trying to create peace. Like, stop.
Had me blown, man. Had me blown. I just don't know. I don't know up from down right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm still trying to figure it out. And I probably had to watch it 2 more times to get just a piece of an understanding. And then when I watch it, the new episode next week, I'll be like, got it. Finally.
Yeah, then they'll wrap it up. Yeah, like you said. Oh, poor Falco. Look at him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I missed it. Let me go back. Because Aaron is a G, man. Aaron sat there and, like, healed his leg. This leg that he hasn't allowed to grow back, and I don't know how long he's been there. And he's sitting there just talking around and chopping it up like it's just another day. You know what I'm saying? Having a conversation. Meanwhile, his leg is just growing back. And poor Falco is freaked out because he can't figure out what the hell is going on. I mean, he's got an down, but this dude just grew his leg back right in front of you. And if somebody grows a leg back in front of you, like, there's nothing you can do to take this person out.
I would have been wrecked. But again, to the writers when they did this, they're building up the anticipation because you literally, when you see it happen in this girl, I'm like, okay, it's about to happen. It's about to go down, and they're just sitting there. Ryan I was not paying attention, or he just cared. He's still stunned, but he's just sitting there, not even moving, and yet Aaron's just doing his thing. It's
cool, calm, collected, like totally disconnected. I mean, just like cold and calculated. You know what I mean? He's just like, hey man, let's talk. Like, let's chop it up. And, he reveals. I mean, I think Falco's like, did you hurt yourself? He's like, oh, it's just a scratch. We already know what that means. Like, he's ready to go. He is ready to transform, but he's been sitting there this whole time just chilling, having this conversation with Ryman. Oh man, if I was Ryman, I would have pooped myself. That's the clean way to say it. But I he was just too calm for my liking.
Yeah,
and that really threw me off.
He really, I think, because he knew he had the upper hand. He knew he was gonna do something. That's what he came for, and he was confident. And I like this Aaron. He has grown a lot. Like, his growth has really has came for the better, and I like this Aaron. Just keep with it. I like it.
And once again, as we were talking about before we got on stream, they brought it back to the death of his mother. That keeps coming up. And you made a comment about why they keep bringing that up. So
they bring it up a lot.
What are your thoughts on that? I think something. I don't know what. You know what I mean?
I don't want to say she might not be dead, but I feel like she's not dead. I feel like, and that's what goes back to that lady in the earlier of the episode, the one that we keep saying is from a different country. But how do we know she's from a different country? But the one that's kind of, she's a little older, right?
The one who appears to be Asian.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to say it, but maybe I'm making assumptions, but you never know. You never know.
I mean, at this point, any guess is valid because we know nothing.
We know nothing.
I feel like Jon Snow right now. I know nothing. I know nothing about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And here we have a scene of, yet more conversation between Aaron and Reiner, which conversation dominated this whole episode. Like, the entire episode from beginning until like the last 1 minute. The last 1 minute was just like conversation and exposition. And Aaron's like, you went over there and did what you did because y'all thought y'all was saving the world. He said, and I felt the same way.
Yeah.
He said, so we in the same boat.
We're in the same boat.
But then he flips and he's like, but now I gotta wreck y'all shit. Like,
But I'm still taking y'all out.
I mean, the ups and downs on this thing, man. I was like, oh, okay, Aaron's gonna be like, you know what, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna be cool about it because I see where you're coming from. I got you, brother. And he's like, nah, that ain't going on. And then, Aaron starts the transformation process in the room with Reiner and Falco. Like, I thought for sure he would have pushed Falco to the side and be like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Or something. But he was like, nah, let's just go ahead and run it. Let's go ahead and run it. He loves him with a handshake, you know what I'm saying? You got Willie like hyping the crowd up like we gotta go to war. Aaron's holding Reiner's hand.
What do you think about them? Them having that they actually, did a handshake. They come into it. You think he's fully on Aaron's side now that all this has transpired?
Do I think Reiner's on Aaron's side?
Yeah. Do you think Ryan is fully not convinced, but have we kind of brought it to the other side?
If he did, he's dead. Well, he's not dead, but Falco's dead. And I feel like if Falco dies, then there's no way Reiner's gonna be able to side with Aaron.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, so Aaron does his thing. I mean, he wrecks this whole building. Like those soldiers coming down the stairs. I don't know if how they got tipped off or what they knew was going on. He transforms. You know what I'm saying? We see Reiner. I think he pulls Falco out of the way, and maybe he hardens his body before or whatever he does protects him. But if Falco dies, I don't think there's any way that Reiner's gonna side with Aaron. If Falco doesn't die, I don't know because they still have such opposing views.
Yeah.
Even though Aaron's like, I see where you're coming from. Neither one is. Well, Reiner's like, well, go ahead and kill me because your mother got eaten because I put the hole in the wall. Is that enough? Is his guilt enough to make him switch sides though? Does he feel like the side that he was serving was wrong the whole time based off that one conversation?
I think I don't think that. I definitely don't. I feel like it's a start. I feel like he might not go onto their side, but he might lose interest of following them. He might, you know what I'm saying? I think yeah, I think he might not necessarily been swayed to the whole side, but at least he's taking a chance his and open, and that is all about him to actually be able to hear Aaron out. I mean, that's a step in itself. He didn't try to do anything to Aaron, and I feel like we've made some steps to the right way.
Sorry.
Sorry,
got a wild dog in here. So go away. She wants to be on camera. Get out of here. So, I'm sorry.
I was just saying I don't think he's completely swayed, but at least I feel like it's a step in the right direction that he listened. And I mean they ground hands and stuff like that, but I feel like it's a step in the right direction. I don't feel like.
Do you think Reiner survives this blast, or you think
yeah.
that? So he survives the blast. Maybe he's gonna transform because I don't want to spoil what happens in the end, but maybe he transforms and he's gonna either join forces with Aaron or fight against Aaron. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was pretty ironic, hearing this scene that we have paused right now. This is Willie doing his narration. He says, to the enemy forces of paradise, this is a declaration of war. Right as he says that, Aaron has like full on declared war on them. So I thought it was a cool parallel. Like he didn't realize how true his words were because Aaron was there the whole time.
Yeah.
And really he all freaked out. And there's Aaron. He looks even more menacing now than I remember him being.
Yeah.
It's the longer hair. And I believe that's Willie, right? That's Willie that's getting tossed up.
Yep.
And he's eating.
Mm-hmm.
So that blows my whole theory about Willie being the Warhammer.
Yeah, I think. But he's coming. The war hammer is coming. Because he said, they said that it's coming. So we're definitely gonna get a big major a lot of
And
action.
it's coming from the beginning of the episode. If it ends like this, it's got to pick up right with him fighting the Warhammer Titan. Yep. And I am beyond excited about that. I still haven't quite figured out who it is, though. So it's obviously somebody in the Tiber family. And when we were on Perp Stream last week before last, whenever that was, K-Dot said he thinks it's the old man. You know, there was an old dude that was in the room with him. I have no idea who it might be. Is there anybody you have in mind that you think it might be? No. It was such a cursory glance, like I didn't pay attention. And I found that with Attack on Titan. And I'm learning, guys, so bear with me. You got to pay attention to almost everything.
Everything gives little clues, and if you don't catch them, you really got to go back and try to do it again, because I mean, but I don't have anybody yet, because like you said, when they scanned that room, there was children, there's women, there's, you know, the older guy, but at this point, I'm not sure. I might go back to the episode and look again and see if maybe there's something I missed again, but I feel like I just want to see it. I just want to see it happen. I want that I want that.
You want that action?
I want everything. I want the action. I want Aaron to do some damage to these people. I want major action this episode coming up. I want everything. Give it all to me.
Well, I believe that your dreams may come true, because it is going down. It is going down. Did you see the spoiler, the teaser for next episode?
The preview, yeah.
Okay. Because I remember last time you didn't watch it, and I didn't want to spoil you on it.
Yeah, that's why I was all like, no, let me watch it this time. So yeah, I watched it and I was like, okay, we're gonna get it. So I'm excited. Like,
the Warhammer Titan is coming. Aaron's gonna battle it out. I wonder how much more adept that Aaron's gotten with his powers now. That it's been 4 more years of him wielding his power. Like at this point, if he's a founding Titan and he's mastered his abilities, who can beat him besides another founding Titan?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He looks so menacing in this clip right here. Like, he looks evil in this clip. But he also looks concerned about this Warhammer Titan that's about to.
It's gonna be some wreckage. There's gonna be some wreckage, definitely. And
I'm ready for it. Like, I feel like the whole season's been building up to this, and you know what? I appreciate the slow build. Yeah. I do. On one hand, I hate waiting week to week. You know what I mean? It's in this time and age, we like to binge everything, but now we wait week to week, and I can appreciate that. But like, I'm ready for it. Give it to me.
Now. I feel like we've done what we had to do to get caught up, got all our backstory. Now it's for the real stuff, like the meat of it all. Let's
and
get that.
Was a lot. It was a lot of story. Like, I thought these last 3 seasons was a lot of information, but like they're giving us a whole lot in this final season.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So what do you see besides the action going down next episode? Are we seeing Levi? We getting Mikasa? We getting Hanji? Like, we getting the whole crew, or like what are you seeing happening this episode coming?
I think they're gonna pop up periodically, but they're not gonna be all next episode. I definitely don't think that. I think because maybe if we saw Armin this episode, Armin might be the one to reveal himself this upcoming episodes. But I think Levi and Mikasa down the road. But I don't see them all coming this next episode, definitely. Possibly because I don't feel like this is going to be the height of the plot. I think it's just still going to be building up. So I feel like once we get, more into it, that's when we're going to get it. So
I feel Aaron is pretty vicious, right, in his Attack Titan form. Armin has been the Colossal Titan now for 4 years. Mm-hmm. The biggest Titan, I think, at this point, right? Maybe besides Zeke. Maybe is he bigger than Zeke? I can't remember if his Titan is bigger than Zeke's Titan.
Yeah, I think he's bigger than Zeke. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I almost forgot about Zeke in this episode. He was in it briefly. So when Armin escorted the other 2 away to trap them, Zeke got pulled to the front gate. So I also think we're probably going to see are we going to say Mikasa or Levi? Because somebody's got to be formidable.
Somebody got to be on.
I'm going to go with Levi because Levi served him up that time. I'm just saying. Levi served him up in his beast form. So They're luring him away to the gate, right? To get him away from the action.
Yep.
So I think that it's got to be somebody who can handle him. You know what I mean? Like
That's true. I feel like
challenge.
And we might get that standoff between them. You know, they've been building that as well. And if we get that too, woo, my head gonna explode.
So we got a potential to see, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 5 Titans in the next episode, maybe.
Yep.
Because you got Warhammer, you got Aaron, you got Armin, you got Zeke,
yeah.
and maybe Reiner if he survives everything.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think he's gonna survive. Hopefully, it's not gonna be like a Cersei thing, and he just got ate like that. No, don't do that to me. No, we need this action. I need him to be part of it.
There was some rubble. I mean, Aaron wrecked the whole building, so there was rubble. So there's a possibility that he died in the rubble.
He better not.
I don't know. I'm excited about it. I just, I feel like it's gonna pick up from here, and then the rest of the season's gonna go by way too quick. Because we're like, are we at the midpoint? How many episodes do we have?
16, and we're on 5.
So we're like a third of the way through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, first act then. So finishing up the first act, going into the second act. I think the second part of the season, this middle part of the season, is going to be filled with action.
Yeah.
Just because all the information sharing that was given the first part, they got to balance it out some kind of way.
Yeah, they got it. They
got no idea what's happening in the third part of the season.
Yeah. So you excited? I'm excited. Can you wait this week? I don't know if I can wait a week.
What choice do we have? Unless you know somebody that knows somebody. And I won't tell, you know what I'm saying? It'd be our secret.
I know. Be a little hacker and let me get those secrets.
Maybe next time we can get Perp to pop in, and I'd be interested to hear his thoughts on it.
Yeah, let's say we can always reach out and see. Yeah.
All right, so I think that's it, unless there's anything we left out.
No, I think that's it.
All right, well, you want to wrap us up?
Yeah, so guys, make sure you guys leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Again, this is The Widow. My name is Adina, Naturally Geeky.
This is Miss Nada.
And we're out. Bye.
Are we out? Oh no. Are we out?
Oh, my bad. I thought we was out. Wrap it up.
We're going to wrap it up. Wrap it up.